we are out of time, but we're gonna have just have some time for short panel discussion. So let's bring all the authors to the panel. The authors, can you turn on your video and join the panel discussion? So, so if you have, from the audience, if you have any questions to the panel, if you have questions you haven't asked during individual presentation, it's a good time to ask, or you can ask more general questions, that cover more general topics in the learning-based systems. June, do you have questions?
Oh, so sorry, I forgot to unraise my hand. Sorry.
Okay.
Hello. I have a question. For researchers, utilize the machine learning in system. What do you think of the practicability of machine learning algorithm in system area? Yeah, some researchers may complain that I cannot control it, and it's too dynamic and it's not practical. And some people will think it is efficient and data dependent and very effective in real world. Now, what do you think of these two opinions?
I mean, I do have some thoughts on that. I mean,
yeah.
In general, like, I mean, I think there's a huge potential for machine learning in systems. Like, I do think so, but I think we're going to need more theory and more ideas for systems data, which is changing a lot more. Like, you think if people have massive amounts of language data, for example, like, they download all the data on the web. Like, language data, it changes, new words do come along, but you can learn from data from 50 years ago. Google's using book data from 100 years ago when they're training different models, or visual systems and things like that. The data isn't as dynamic. And we're in the cloud, in systems, we have data, new systems all the time and things like that. So I think like this dynamic nature of data, and then taking into consideration time, how things change over time, is going to be really important, because if you want to rather than just sort of applying all these techniques like out of the box. And same thing is, I think systems data is great data to work on, because there's not as many privacy concerns, in the sense that if you're just modeling systems as opposed to like users, we're not trying to sell things, we're trying to actually make stuff work better. So like morally, I think it makes sense too.
Yeah, thanks for your comments.
Any other comments from the?
I have a follow-up question about it. So these days, when we are looking at how the cloud vendors are trying to apply machine learning to their product, and then you are kind of taking care of a workload, and the people try to use the machine learning based cache replacement and the packing at the same time. Do you believe we are really ready to revolutionize like machine learning based systems, and in a sense that we have enough data to train the model here and there? Or is it possible to apply machine learning based like the data augmentation to be able to still make it effective, even in the case that we are kind of don't have enough data to train the model?
Yeah, I don't know if another panelist wants to jump in.
I think the question is probably for Shane.
Yeah. So do we, are we ready? I mean, I think we're ready for certain things, right? Like, we're already using machine learning to do things like forecast future demand, so we make sure we have enough. And I know, like, say, like Amazon, like they're doing the same thing. They have huge teams of researchers that are just doing deep learning for forecasting. So it's kind of traditional time series stuff, but using now like AI to solve the problems, right? So it's happening. It's happening, but that's on like a longer time scale, I think. Like, you predict like 13 weeks into the future, and you then provision enough physical servers so that you can support that. But what I think it's more interesting is using machine learning for very short-term things, like actually the scheduling and routing and caching decisions and all those kinds of things. I think that there's more work that needs to be done there. Like, I think we need to get ready, you know, but even personally, I think that everybody wants to do it. Everybody knows it's the next thing that is the big thing in systems like that I talk to, and all the new students want to do machine learning. That's all they want to do. So I'm hopeful that you know, yeah, there's more work that needs to be done for sure.
Thanks for the answer.
Do we have any other questions from the audience? If not, no, we're gonna end the session here since we are already past 3 o'clock. So I really thank all the authors for the great talk. I really enjoyed all the work, and thank you for all the great questions and answers. Let's keep the questions and answers running on the Slack, and I hope you enjoy the rest of SOSP. Thank you.
Thank you to the chairs.
Yeah, thanks, authors
you.
and speakers.
Bye.